Yes.
Uh-huh.
My
Just like
goodness. Happy Tuesday. What time is it?
7 and change.
7:07 it looks like. That's
Perfect.
all right.
We're right on time.
Yo, of course. Of course we are.
Who's bet? Dude, are we on time every time?
Yeah, we're on time every time. You know why?
Because we make the fucking time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, but shout out to everybody. It's 187.
Masters None episode
187 on the...
187.
That's it. I thought it was 189 or like 190. And Berto's like, relax. It's 187, bro.
I never know what episode. For a long time, I thought it was 186 until we got to 186, and I was kind of like, okay, here
We've
we are.
had 4 186s.
Yeah, I was like, here we are.
Yeah.
186, finally.
Yes, man, we're here. And I guess we'll do the announcements. We are, it's just us tonight. And that's all right.
We're Twizzless.
Twizzless, but this is what we're going to do. Never mind. Thought I heard the music still in my headphones. Woo! So, Masters None Podcast, episode 187. It is Tuesday night. We appreciate everybody that is already in the chat or will be joining soon, and everybody that watches the live episodes on YouTube, Kick, and Twitch. If you can't watch the live broadcast that we do every Tuesday night at 7, you can always check the video versions in our archive on the YouTube channel. Also on Twitch. I think it stays up on Twitch for 30 days. And we're also uploading videos on Rumble. So check us out on all audio, on all the video platforms that you can. If you can't, check out the live chat. And if you can't do any of that, if you just want to listen while you're driving, something like that in the background while you're cleaning, you can listen to us on all audio podcast platforms. Stitcher, Podbean, Spotify, Google Play Store, Apple Podcasts, all that stuff. So make sure that you guys check us out on those. And if you can't find us on your favorite podcast, your favorite podcast listening platform, Berto about to tell you what we could do.
Join the Discord and harass us.
Yes.
Harass us until we place the podcast of your obscure podcast listening platform. I'm going to fix my hat for you guys.
Look at that. Look at this guy with that nice beanie. Look at him. Doesn't he look like he can make a nice, wonderful cappuccino?
Doesn't it look like I'm really good at making like that old school bread where they call it like that Stone Age bread?
Yeah, like that. He's good at he makes a really good sourdough.
Yeah.
Really good sourdough. But I'm telling you, his macchiato is really where it's at.
Excellent. If I had more facial hair, I'd definitely be an excellent barista.
Yes, 100%. You're an excellent barista as it is. You don't even have to... If you just told me a type of coffee to get with how you dress right now,
yeah,
I 100% am going to get it.
Yeah, facts. What barista? Where's that word come from?
I don't know. Twiz, why don't you pull that up for us? Where did the word barista originate from?
Yeah, Twiz, what do you have?
What do you got? Oh. All right. So what we'll do is we'll just defer to the chat maybe.
Twiz is in the chat, so shout out to Twiz. He says he's here in spirit.
He is here in spirit.
I don't know. I don't know if it's like Italian.
It sounds like it is. You want to make it up? Where's it from? Come on.
Oh, south of Italy.
Puerto Rico. Barista.
Barista. Se dice barista.
That's it. That's just what we're going to do.
Makes perfect sense.
But, dude, what I wanted to say real quick, would you believe that I got summons for this jury duty crap?
Oh, you don't got to go to that.
Yeah, dude.
Where'd the letter come?
I honestly don't know.
No, where'd it go to?
I know where it went to.
Did it go to the...
I don't want to say too much in case I just don't go.
Okay. Well, because sometimes I'm not going to say anything. But I know a guy who he doesn't go.
Yeah.
Nobody's came looking for him yet.
Yeah. I mean...
But he always calls.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Because you know how it works, right?
How?
So what happens is that when you get this letter, right, there's a number on it. And then depending on what you do is you call and it'll say jurors number X through Z, you're excused, you ain't got to come in. And then it'll just keep going. And then eventually it'll go to when you do have to come in. Like if you do get selected to come in, it'll be like jurors, this number through that number could come in on this day. So sometimes you get that letter and it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean you definitely have to come in. It just means you've been selected and it's a possibility that you could have to come in. and help us decide the fate of somebody.
If we're going to put this guy in a cage or not.
Yeah.
I guess my question is, so he calls to check if they need him?
Yeah, that's the process.
Okay, and then what happened? So far they haven't needed him?
They haven't needed him yet?
Oh, so he has been calling.
Yeah.
He just happened to not be picked.
Yeah. When I get it, I call every time, and I happen not to have been picked. When my friend does it, he just doesn't go.
Yeah, he just doesn't show or anything like that.
Yeah.
I got you. All right. Well, I know a guy that got quite a few.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, like a few. Like,
Yeah.
and then he just wasn't responding, and then he started getting kind of threatening ones
Oh.
that were like, if you don't respond to this,
Uh-huh.
you can face up to this much time in jail. You can get like this much in fines or whatever. And, he started thinking about it.
Yeah.
And he was like, man, like what? But really, I guess there's no way to know if he ever received it in his hand.
That shit ain't certified.
Yeah. I mean, he didn't receive that, right?
No, there's no receipt.
He said it was just in the mail.
Shit. That's why everything of mine goes to my mother's, plausible deniability.
Yeah. Oh, true. True story.
I don't live there.
Deniability.
I don't even know if that's
like you know a guy.
I don't even know if that's the appropriate verbiage.
Yeah, I'll tell you what.
It sounds right.
I'm 100% sold. That's the word.
No, but yeah, I don't know. But you know what? There's a bunch of people out there like cursing us right now because they're like, "It's your duty. It's your duty." You know what? I'm not the fucking guy you want deciding your fate.
I see.
I don't think that
I don't think I'm qualified.
I don't think I'm qualified.
I'm not qualified.
Yeah, I don't think I'm qualified. You know all the crazy tricks that people be doing to not go to jury duty?
Oh, bro, I can imagine. And they don't pay you anything.
They give you like $30 for like a month.
Like, when's the last time they upped that number?
You're telling me that I got to go to a place where there's a possibility that they could tell me that I can't even go home and then you're not even going to pay me anything?
Yeah,
They could sequester you.
That's wild.
They could take you and put you in a fucking hotel for months. You see, and not only that, but you got to fucking keep all these secrets too. You seen they locked up 2 people in the Young Thug trial, 2 jurors.
Really?
Yeah, for doing stupid shit.
See, so when they sequester you, I think you can't even get the newspaper.
Now you
Like,
can't
you
call
can't get the
people
paper.
either.
You can't. You're supposed to be, I think, like, what? Aren't you supposed to be kind of blocked off from the outside world?
Yeah. You
Like
can
all
talk to the
outside
other
influence?
jurors. You ever seen that show that Spaz put us on to? It was about a jury that got sequestered. But everybody on the show was an actor except for one guy. And the whole show revolves around them just doing crazy shit and funny things. And the guy's like, that has no idea that this is all like fake. It's like a real trial. It looks like a real trial with everything real. It's a very, very good show. You should watch it. I think it's on like
nuts.
Amazon or something.
I gotta
like
check
that.
it out.
I think I don't know what it's called, but
I'll check it out. I mean, I'll watch that. If I'd be willing to watch that because I was willing to watch the Grammys.
how was the Grammys? I didn't watch it. I seen Doja Cat in the craziest dude. Every day she looks more and more like there's a child like controlling her. I think there's a child. She looks like a GTA character that somebody built, bro. She looks like somebody put those Apple Vision Pros on and they were like, make me look trashy and mentally unstable. Put that together. And then they just spat out Doja Cat.
Right? It was like, put it into like some AI software.
Yeah.
You're like, make me look halfway out of my mind, but make me look like I should be hot.
Yeah.
Make me look like, man, she would be so hot if she didn't do that to herself.
Yeah, dude, it's great. Doja Cat, I don't know, bro. You can, and I'm not even like somebody who's like everybody with a face tattoo, isn't it? I don't feel like there's a box of people with face tattoos and they all have certain qualities. But she's got something like, she's got a huge one like across the forehead that doesn't even look right on her. It's like, it's like, she just looks crazy, dude.
Dude, you know what I think? I'm convinced that these celebrities are getting some kind of semi-permanent tattoos. I think that this is why they all get that kind of shitty prison looking tattoo, because they're not committing to the tattoo. You know what I'm saying? When you commit to a tattoo, they hammer that shit in.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like the way that the girls in Hollywood get tattoos is because they tell them to get them because they're edgy, or where they make them look edgy or some shit.
You seen Krishan Rock got Blueface tattooed on her face?
She went in. You see, that's not a Hollywood chick. That's mental illness personified. Let me tell you one more time. If that tattoo is real,
Yeah.
that's a crazy person.
Yeah.
And now y'all have hyped this crazy person up to procreate. Mm-hmm. Look what you guys are doing with your social media and all that.
Bro, they're saying the wildest things about her kid too, because, and we're gonna get back to the Grammys. I don't want you guys to think we're gonna slip away from that. But they're saying the wildest things about her. Like, people are like, now with the internet, you put things on the internet and like everybody is a professional of this or that, and they just, jump to these conclusions. But there's videos of her like smoking blunts while being pregnant, and people say that she drank a lot, that she drank while being pregnant, allegedly. And now people are seeing photos of her baby, and they're like, oh yeah, that baby looks like it's displaying side effects of infant, like of whatever happens when you drink when you're pregnant.
Like fetal alcohol syndrome, that kind of thing?
Yeah, I suppose. Like that's what the internet is saying about her whole situation. But we can go back to the Grammys. I don't want to talk about Krishan Rock's toothless ass. It's crazy that she's like a celebrity and she's still missing that front tooth, right?
Yo, it's part of her look, bro. Part of her look. It's like when Ferris Bueller's sister in the movie, Ferris Bueller? She fixed her nose and it like ruined her Hollywood career.
Really?
Oh, she disappeared. She became someone else. I didn't even recognize. I didn't know who she was.
Oh my God.
I swear to God.
There was just somebody, a celebrity that I think Chris posted in the Discord the other day, that got like a nose job or some kind of plastic surgery, and she's like unrecognizable.
Yeah. Or sometimes there's a very commanding feature about a person that you don't even realize how attractive it is about the person. Just it's part of how they're supposed to look. Mm-hmm. And things just make, what do they call it? Like a Fibonacci sequence or something, when things out in the world just have just some kind of pattern about them that make them appealing, or whatever the hell they call that term. And when you remove some features, it changes people completely.
Yeah.
It's insane. But anyway, so there were some things on the Grammys that I gotta definitely give some flowers to Killer Mike. Did you see Killer Mike? You know Killer Mike, rapper?
No, I know who Killer Mike is. I just don't know. I didn't see anything about him.
Bro, he swept the rap categories.
Really?
Bro, he won.
Everyone?
Bro, he won best rap song, best rap album, best rap performance.
What was the best rap song?
It was something and engineers. What was it? Scientists and Engineers. It was a song with Andre 3000. Yeah, Andre 3000 was on it, and he was on it, and then somebody else, Twiz. Where's Twiz at? Fuck. I forget who else was featured on it, but they're rap songs.
That's fire. Good for him.
They're rap songs. People are
hating on them,
bro. They're hating on it because, especially not really for the songs, more so for the best rap album. People are saying Utopia by Travis Scott should have won. People are saying the 21 Savage Drake album should have won. But to me, his album, Killer Mike's album, is the most rap. It's a rap album. Utopia is not rap to me. Like, Travis Scott's not a rapper.
I definitely think he's a rapper. He's not a rapper. Sorry, 1 second. I'm sorry.
Nah, I just don't think he's a rapper. You know what I'm saying?
All right, when you come inside,
it just blows my mind. Like, when I think about it, I'm like, this guy, whatever he's doing, it's not rap music. It's, again, this is a similar feeling. Like, they had a separate category that was melodic rap, like best melodic rap song. And if you ask me, I think that's more of that Travis Scott sound.
But okay, so he's melodic rap. I mean, it's rap. They're all rap. I mean, this is what the conversation we were having last week about somebody being like a hip hop or rap. Like, for me, I don't know.
But does Travis Scott rap? I don't know if I've ever heard him really rap. He's always like singing and then stopping for a long time, and then singing again and then stopping.
He sings during the chorus, but he raps in the verse. He definitely raps. I can hear him rapping in my head right now.
Yeah, I just don't think it's. I think Killer Mike is really rap. Like,
I'm not saying that he's
I don't know. I still got to figure out a distinction. I got to go up to a monastery and sit in peace, like by a tranquil stream, and really ponder this out and think about in my mind what I think the differences are.
But my whole entire thing is like there can't be like there needs to be like it's got to be wider than people are making it. Like this could be rap and that could be rap. Like there's no reason why they both can't be rap.
Yeah, but I think
like there's got to be a scale, right? Sorry.
No, go ahead.
There's got to be a scale from like whatever, if you want to put melodic rap on one end and like super lyrical hardcore rap at the other end. Like, but everything on this spectrum. There's a word for this. I just can't fucking think of it. But there has to be something like that.
I mean, I just think in each genre, there's certain things that make it what it is. You know what I mean? Like there's certain things that make it what it is. Like, let's say, like reggae music. There has to be that different rhythm, that boom, or it's not that reggae music. You know what I mean? So once you stray from that, it's something else.
It's just a different variation of reggae.
But again, then a subgenre emerges.
I don't know if it. Why does it need to be a subgenre? Why can't it just be that still? Like it's just that grows. Like we all like everything evolves. It can't just still be the same thing forever.
Nah, but there's certain things that make, like if you remove certain things from a genre, from a song, it's not that. How can I explain this?
Do you feel that way about movies? Like,
yeah, like if you take the comedy out of if a movie's not funny.
But that's not what's happening. When you think of when you look at a Travis Scott song, like he's rapping on it. It's like even if you call it melodic rap or this or that, like it's like he's rapping on it.
And that's a subgenre, which I agree with.
But it's not but my comparison to a movie would be like if the comedy is not as raunchy as it was before. This was comedy back then. This new stuff is not raunchy at all. It's like, well, it's making you laugh. It's comedy. It's just not that kind of comedy. It's still comedy.
Yeah, but I mean, like, once you start just putting vocal effects on your voice and turning it into this pitching and making it's completely different. Like, rap is a person in their voice rhyming words to a rhythm over a beat. And, once you start now processing that and you're putting all these crazy effects on it, it's becoming something else.
Usually, I think you're wearing a rapper hat.
Am I just going too deep? I don't know.
You're wearing a rapper hat. I don't think that the consumer feels that way. I don't think that the end user, like the real end user, like the people who don't like produce this stuff, like who don't make music, they aren't like purists, people who are just intaking music to listen to, right? Because for me, I mean, whether it's like a modern day merengue song or like an old school merengue song, I don't know. Like for me, they're both like, somebody else, my dad might listen to it and be like, nah, this is merengue, this is some other shit. But it's like, listen, this is the same shit. It's like, this is just a new version. This is the new stuff. This is like the evolved version of what that is. Whether it be good, bad, or people like it or they don't, I think it's still that. It can't not be that because it's not the same.
Yeah, like I don't mean it's bad. Like I don't think it's bad because I think he's got great records. He's got some really good records.
Real quick, I want to go to the chat.
Yeah,
because
please.
It's an interesting comment here that says, so cheese on bread is still sort of pizza, Berto? Question mark.
Thank you, because you removed the sauce. You see, so it's evolved now, but you remove something, so now it's something else. Now it's a cheese sandwich.
While I don't think that cheese on bread is a pizza, I will say that all these other like chicken, bacon, ranch, like that shit's still pizza.
Yeah.
When they do the salad on top of the pizza, it's still a pizza.
Yeah, I mean, he's just saying, because he's saying on bread. He's not saying on a pizza dough. It's...
But I think that, okay, so if we're talking about like cheese on a piece of Wonder Bread.
Yeah.
Like, do I think that that's pizza? Probably not, but I think that that's a bigger, that's more dramatically different than the difference between like a verse from a Travis Scott song versus like a verse from whatever you would classify as like rap.
Yeah. I guess it would be more so like as a pizza and open face sandwich.
Yeah.
You know, but I thank you for that. Who said that, Spaz?
Guard dog.
Guard dog.
It's a good example. It's an analogy.
That's just what I don't know, because it's not that when you're like, it's lit. Like the whole time. I don't know. It's something else to me.
I see what
it's
you're
not Killer Mike. Like Killer Mike is rapping.
It's like they gotta call this something else because this isn't like this shouldn't be.
Like, how are we comparing these two in a category? Like, you know what I'm saying? How is that the same category? Because it's such a polarizing presentation or representation of rap that everybody's going to be split down the middle.
I mean, a burger from Checkers is still a burger, you know?
Yeah, it's still a burger. I actually just found out Rick Ross owns a bunch of Checkers. But it's still a burger, but, you know, I don't know. I think that we could talk about this forever.
Yeah.
But
I'm just playing devil's advocate.
I
I do agree that there's a big difference between what like Travis is doing and what
Killer Mike did.
I can't say Killer Mike because I just haven't listened to enough of his music to really be able to but like what somebody else would consider like a traditional rapper.
Yeah. And can we shout out how old Killer Mike is?
I know he's been doing it for a long time. I don't know how old he is.
Dude, he's 48.
Damn, good
and
on
he
him.
just swept the rap category.
Multiple Grammy. What did Jay-Z win for?
Jay-Z got the Dr. Dre like global impact award, something like that. But he had a really good speech afterwards.
I heard that he referenced Beyonce, like there being. I don't know if I'm going to ruin this by saying this, but I heard he referenced the fact that the Grammys, it doesn't really make sense because Beyonce's won the most Grammys, but hasn't won Album of the Year. Like, how is it possible that she won all these other things, but she hasn't won like Album of the Year?
Yeah.
And of course, I mean, not of course, but Taylor Swift won Album of the Year this year, right?
I don't know if she won Album of the Year. I forget. I don't really care too much about Taylor Swift. They kept showing her. It was annoying.
Are they just force feeding us her because Super Bowl, Travis Kelce? Is this like what's going on right now? We're being force fed fucking Taylor Swift, even though she does have an enormous fan base.
Yeah, she got an enormous fan base, but I'm not trying to be part of it. You guys got enough. They're already going to watch. Leave us alone.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need Taylor Swift. I don't need her and like her bad posture all over my TV at all times. Like, I don't need that shit. Please.
I'm not like
She's cool. Trust me. Great songwriter. Talented girl.
Yeah.
But I don't care to look at you really that often. I don't listen to you. It's all right. You're doing your thing over there. I'm over here.
Yeah.
You're over there. Stop making her come over here.
You ever see the video? You ever see the video of her like on stage, and she's like, "This is I'm gonna play you guys a song on this guitar. This is the first guitar I've ever learned how to play music on. It's actually a 12-string guitar, and you know, it makes a funny sound, and it sounds like this. And then they dub over like a merengue song over it, so it's like it sounds like this. Ding 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 ding. It's like fucking hysterical.
Nah, I haven't seen that. I gotta say, can you send me a link or what?
I'm gonna send it to you. It's very funny.
Yeah, but he won, bro. 48 years old. I actually have shout out to Mecca from the My Expert Opinion podcast. He actually made a post that was so dope. It just showed the age of everybody that won this year that was on the older spectrum compared to the young kids. And this just gave a lot of hope to me for the future of music. Mm-hmm. Like if you listen, best rap album, 48 years old, the person that won it. Best new artist, 34-year-old.
Oh, wow.
Songwriter of the year, 41. Producer of the year, 39. Best R&B song, 64-year-old singer. Best rap song, 48-year-old, which was Killer Mike, the same as the best rap album. And it featured another 40-year-old because that was the one with Andre 3000 on it.
I have a question for you.
Yeah, what do you got?
R&B music is still kind of like true to what it was, right? It's much more in line with what it was than rap is. Correct. Do you think that that's why R&B doesn't get like the plays that it used to? Because back in the day, there was and listen, I could be wrong. Maybe I'm just not in the R&B fucking bubble, but I don't feel like R&B exists like it used to. I was on an R&B kick this weekend. You heard me singing Usher in the driveway on Saturday, and I feel like it's not as nearly as big as it was when I was young. I feel like R&B was like it was like a dominating genre that competed with hip hop and rap, and now I really don't know any big R&B songs or even R&B artists. So do you think that because R&B hasn't evolved the way rap has and kind of taken in different variations of the genre, that's why it doesn't have the popularity that it used to?
No. I actually will tell you exactly why I think that's the case. I think that R&B has not been able to, continue to break through the mainstream and really stay at the top because R&B is about love and caring about each other. I think that it's more often than not, it's love songs, it's positivity, it's relationship stuff, and that's not what they want to push to the people right now. Rap is predominantly negative. The majority of it. It's about violence. It's about, it is what it is. I've made beats. I've rapped for years. To me, it's, that seems to be the culture. It's tough guy. It's gang culture. It's a lot of that stuff is mixed into hip hop. They just don't want people loving each other. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like people are so isolated now. People are so on their phone and stuff that people aren't even having relationships. Like the best R&B songs come out of like heartbreak. They come out of breakup. They come out of new flourishing relationships. They don't come out of, tough guy shit, fist fighting, calling people out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I feel like people aren't even trying. Even if they were like suppressing R&B, like I feel like nobody's even trying to do R&B. I don't think that it's not getting to me. I just think it's like not being done. I feel like there's less people pursuing it.
Nah, there's a lot of R&B. I actually, watching the Grammys, introduced me to some artists I wasn't even aware of.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Do you think that there's and I kind of already asked this question, but if I throw auto-tune onto One Wish, you think I could bring it back and have Ray J on the piano, just coked out his face, just fucking geeked with the auto-tune straw in his mouth, and he's like doing One Wish over again? Do you think if we did some auto-tune R&B, we could bring this back?
Nah, I think
if we started pitching up the voices. So, yeah, it's lit. If we did that in R&B
on a 112 record,
yeah, would it bring it back? If they did like a Peaches and Cream, but there was like way more ad libs in it,
yeah,
do you think that we could revive it? If
they just made it raunchier and redid the video into like Peaches and Cream, it's like sexy red,
yeah,
like just like
this actual nudity.
I mean, I'm telling you, man, that might be a lane, bro. That might be a lane.
I don't know.
If we had Young Thug sing covers of all those songs,
yeah,
when he beats his case, because they like it's crazy.
Because I feel like a lot of music like has evolved. Even when you look at like reggaeton, and like I guess like you could make the argument that like dembow came from reggaeton, so like dembow is like another genre, just like melodic rap would be another genre. But it's like you can't listen to like Bad Bunny and say like this is what Vico C was making. No.
So that's what I'm saying. And
I guess I'm arguing the other point now, but
yeah, you're arguing my point.
Yeah, but I mean, but to that point, it's like this is just what it's turned into.
Like, look at dance music. It started as dance music and then became house music, French house, Chicago house, garage,
Swedish house.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, but it's like
big room.
It's gotta be. I guess
drum and bass. Like they all became something else. Like drum and bass is using all the same sounds, same type of sounds that, let's say Big Room is making or Progressive House is using. But the only thing is they're arranging the sounds differently, and it becomes something else. The tempo's different. It's just different.
So do we expand the genre or just create another one?
I think a subgenre. I think melodic rap is where Travis Scott would go. That's where Lil Baby would go.
I think that if we do, then nobody can be rap and they all have to be subgenres.
That's not true.
It's like,
I mean, J. Cole is rap, Lil Yachty's rap. You know, there may be, you know, I may not like Lil Yachty's music, but he's rapping. Or he's damn sure trying his hardest.
He's saying words. It's crazy that it's funny that you said that he's rapping.
He is. It doesn't have to be good to be rapping.
Yeah, but if he's rapping, Travis is rapping.
Kendrick's rapping.
Kendrick's definitely rapping.
Yeah, all these guys, they're rapping. Bun B is rapping. The Alchemist is rapping. Hit Boy's rapping. Big Hit is rapping.
What about these drillers?
That's something else too.
They're not, but they're
drill
rapping.
Rap.
They're rapping.
It's drill rap
because the beat is different.
Because
what makes
the beat is different, the message is different.
No, it's the same violence that fucking rap has. Violence. You just said,
bro,
that.
It's presented in a wilder, more crazy way. It's serial killer rap. That's what it sounds like. It's like, I'm gonna kill everybody. I'm gonna kill them. They're all dead. I killed him. I smoked him. He's dead. Look, he's dead. Here's his grave. Like, it's crazy, bro. That shit is nuts.
That shit's rap too, then, though.
It is, but it's drill rap. It's different.
But
Even they call it drill. They don't call it rap. The guys that make drill music, they say they make drill. Yeah. In the UK drill is different than New York drill. They're different.
I just feel
they're
like
completely different.
I think that like things could be like something. Two things can be true at the same time. Like that it doesn't have to be. I'm not going to say that rapping isn't synonymous with rap. I don't know. I haven't figured out my angle on this one yet.
So you disagree that these are subgenres? You think that just shouldn't be?
No. I don't.
You think Kid Cudi should be in the same category as, let's say, Eminem? You think those are the same kind of music? Take the Marshall Mathers LP and the Lost in the Ghost, whatever. What's your favorite album from Kid Cudi?
I think they're both rappers. I think they're both rapping. I think Kid Cudi would probably make hip hop music and Eminem's like rapping. But I think they're both rap. That's what I'm saying. It's like, where do we draw the line here? I guess it's all so different then. We
got to see if anybody's in the chat with any kind of input.
That's
and then
why
we're going to move back to the Grammys.
That's why there's a scale, right? Because Eminem is on one side of the fucking scale. He's the farthest you could go over there. You're talking about, he's not rap then either, because he's talking about killing people too. Is he drilling? What's he doing? Who? Eminem. Because he's just as violent.
No,
he has his own category.
Has always been part of it, but I mean, you know the difference between drill. Drill is literally personal messages to people that they know.
Yo, but I'm just saying that I was using like your criteria that you had previously set up.
And they use drill beats that are drill beats from like their UK drill beats.
But they're rapping, wrong.
But it's drill rap, fool. It's drill rap.
I guess what you're saying is not incorrect.
So I win.
I'm saying that for me, when there's going to be an award, I'm not handing out 45 fucking different awards. There needs to be one umbrella. It's a rap. Like, yeah, there'll be subgenres within this, but it's like, we're not going to play this weird game where it's like, it's not rap because it's because the BPM is off. It's like, well, nigga, I'm rapping.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
We're rapping out here.
I guess you're right. I don't know. Again, man, I need to go sit by a stream and think about it.
Yeah, I very well could be wrong as well.
All right.
Because there's a French fry reference in here about cutting wedges into pieces where I'm kind of like, I don't know anymore.
Yo, no. Well, I'll tell you one thing. We got, yo, Spaz is funny.
What does Spaz say?
Spaz,
he's fucking hilarious. Before I even read it, I'm going to tell you that he's fucking hilarious. I probably said something stupid, and now he's like, Burrow saying reggaeton like someone learned how to say croissant correctly because
100% true.
Spaz says for the people who are at home who aren't reading the chat or people who are watching the archive episodes, says Berto saying reggaeton like someone who learned how to say croissant correctly because they went to France for a week. That's mad funny. Croissant.
Yeah. Damn, Twiz was in here dropping some info for us. Yeah, and Guard Dog is out here saying, yeah.
Said fair. So I take it a baked potato cut into wedges.
Is it a French fry?
Is it a French fry? No, it's a baked potato. There's no frying in there. It's not a crispy. I think that one of the characteristics of a French fry. And what are you talking about, steak fries? I guess it depends what level you baked it to, right? Did you bake it and then cut it into wedges? Because that's most certainly not a fucking French fry.
That's a baked potato two ways.
Yeah, that's a baked potato cut into wedges. Now, if you take a potato and then cut it into wedges, that, my friend, is steak fries, right? If you fry those puppies, even if you bake them to a crisp.
Yeah.
But at this point, they're all
officially
potatoes.
an old head?
I don't know. They're all potatoes, right?
All right. Yeah, they're all potatoes. If they were giving potato awards. But I
don't know.
All right.
I don't know. We got to move on.
Yeah, we got to move on.
We got a lot of big things to talk about.
Listen,
we got a lot of big, huge things to talk about.
So I wanted to talk about all that, and then I wanted to talk about Travis Scott. They said he threw a shot during his performance. I couldn't understand him because he was all blah, blah, blah,
because he wasn't rapping?
Yeah, no. He was all with the, all the stupid effects and all that kind of shit, running around in the mountains with the smoke and the RoboCop outfit, all that extra shit.
What song did he perform? Does he have a new song?
Fiend. That song where he just says Fiend 48 times. Fiend, 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 Fiend.
I don't even know that song.
Fiend. It's like one of his biggest songs, apparently. I think it was on Utopia. But that's not the same as Killer Mike. That guy's yelling one word for 3 minutes. Anyway, so they went on. He apparently threw some kind of shot, and then Drake threw a shot about it on his Instagram. He was like, as long as, you won, if the people like your music or whatever, pretty much downplaying the Grammys. He didn't win any, but I mean, what are you going to do? Give him every Grammy every year?
Yeah, facts.
I mean, what are you going to do? Other people got to win sometimes. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, you know what Drake does when he doesn't win?
What?
He leaks a picture of his fucking schlong on the internet. And it's huge. As if the wouldn't already fucking have that feeling about him. Just to show you that the fucking even out the scales a little bit. Drake's piece leaked on the internet. Was it today or yesterday? I didn't see it till today. It's not my proudest moment, but I had to see it so I could talk about it here. And then he's using a very aggressive technique that sometimes makes objects look larger. But I will say that regardless of his grip technique, because I'm saying, if I had to fucking leak a video, I'd do the same grip. But the internet's losing their mind over this. It's so crazy how crazy the internet, because we all have dicks, right? But this is like the same conversation we were having, right? If his dick wins an award, now we can't just take out like the hairy dicks out of the equation because they have hairs and his doesn't, right? They're all pieces. They're all members of the meat community. This just further illustrates my point that Travis Scott's a rapper. And Drake's piece leaked on the internet. If you guys want to go look for it, go look for it. I don't think Drake's PR team's doing too much to keep it off.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yo, I have one of the funniest friends. Listen, this guy right here is my friend. And the rest of you guys are jealous. As I gotta say.
Yeah, you guys are jealous. You haven't seen Drake's piece before I did.
I'm crying because what made me, I was like, okay, so I had one take on this because I hear about this. They say it online. I heard it on a podcast talking about this shit, and I'm like, what? This can't be. And so I called Berto, and he's like, bro, yeah. He's like, I read the same thing. Bro, when I hear about this in the description of it, what I say to myself is, this can't be. I said, this can't be, right? Mm-hmm. Like, God doesn't do this kind of thing.
Yeah, no.
You know what I mean? I was like, to make things fair, he's got to be gay or something.
Yeah. I thought, I know what you're going to say. I thought about this, so I will let you finish. And then
so like to me, I'm like, there's got to be some kind of caveat to this thing. I was like, because typically, God will even this kind of thing out, right? He'll be like, oh, here's $1 billion, but your kid's retarded. You know what I mean? Like there'll be some kind of trade-off.
Clef
Yo, that's what I'm saying. And I'm like, this can't be. So it's like, here's all this money. Your kid seems to be performing at a typical level for a kid his age.
Yeah.
And
boom, huge dick. Now, here's my thought about this, right? Because you're right. Normally, it doesn't work like that. But with the level of like celebrity that Drake is and the amount of money that he is, it's not crazy to think that he's getting that puppy elongated. And I thought about this after I seen it, right? Because the guy doesn't have a lot of girth on him, but he does have the length. And that's the classic symbol of, so you ever had those, you know that doll when you were a kid that used to stretch his arms out? What was
Stretch
it?
Armstrong.
Stretch Armstrong. You know, as you stretched him out, those arms got thinner, right? So if Drake has the amount of money and power that I believe he does, if it exists out there, a stretching technique, if anybody could get it, it'd be Drake. And I'm not saying that he's not natty. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that if this theory of like God evening people out is true, that he can combat that with science. Women are doing it. I'm not going to shame him if he's not natty. I'm just going to sit back and wait for this to hit the mainstream. You know? I don't know.
I have no words.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's natural. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's an optical illusion. He did have an excellent angle and a very aggressive grip. He had a choke on that thing. I've got to get away from this. I don't want the people to know I shine my brightest when I'm talking about penis.
Jesus Christ. Yo, this is one of the funniest things I've ever witnessed in my life.
Yeah, what's the chat say?
Bro, I can't read.
I don't want to.
Spaz says curly fries, steak fries, waffle fries, string fries, all wrap, just very different. And waffle fries are better. Eminem is waffle fries. The world balances it out. That's the first time he could get it. He could get it up all year, so he took a pick.
That's what I was going to say, is that it's very possible that thing don't work.
Yeah.
All right? Because that's how you balance out, too.
Yo.
Yeah, that it just doesn't work.
Hilarious to me. Jesus Christ. All right. What else we got on this?
I got a lot of stuff to talk about. I got another 30 minutes on Drake's piece if you want me to. I can keep going.
I wanted to touch a little bit on shout out to crazy Miley Cyrus being back in the world because she was nuts at the Grammy.
Oh, she was, dude.
She thought she was Tina Turner for some reason. I was like, what is happening here? She was clearly losing her shit again.
Did they get mad at her because she didn't big up the lady who was giving her fucking, who was the woman that presented her award? She has like something that I never heard of, like stiff person syndrome or some shit like that. I'm not kidding, dude. She's like, I read the article I read was like, and you know, the public is upset with her for not giving so and so her recognition after her first time seen in public after being diagnosed with like stiff person syndrome. And I was like, what is this? Am I wrong about it? Is it not stiff person? I got stiff pinga syndrome. No, I'm serious, bro. I'm going to look it up because I wish Twiz was here because we would have had it up already. But I think it's called stiff person. Celine? Was it, yeah.
Oh, was it Celine Dion? Stiff person syndrome. Is that a thing?
Celine Dion, yeah.
It's cool. This can't be real life, dude.
Bro. Yeah. Tell the people.
Gimme. This can't be.
It's, yeah, they were like.
A neurological disorder that causes muscle stiffness and spasm, including the muscles used to sing. Oh my God. She shared her official diagnosis of stiff person syndrome.
Not to be confused with the other SPS.
The one that is speculated that our other friend doesn't have.
Yeah. Drake hit him with the stiff pinga syndrome right after she came out. He said, I'm gonna one up you. I got something for you guys. You got stiff person, I got stiff pinga. Yeah. Listen, shout out to Celine and shout out to Drake too for both coming out in public and showing the world their stiffness and showing the world that it's nothing wrong with being stiff. Poor Celine Dion. She definitely. I didn't mean to do this. I don't mean to make you the butt of my jokes. I feel like Jay-Z when he was talking about Lance. When he was talking about Lance Armstrong.
Just trying to advance my quotes.
Yeah, just trying to advance my quotes. Sorry, Celine. don't mean to make you the butt of my jokes.
Oh my God.
You want to talk about the Apple Vision Pros?
Sure. Go ahead.
Because I feel like, did they just release, like, are the public getting them now? Everybody's going crazy with the Apple Vision Pros.
I think what they did was they just released them for like consumption, but I think that they're like back ordered.
What do you think about that? What do you think about it? Because I know how you feel about VR in general, so I'm curious on what your opinion is on. And for people at home who don't know what the Apple Vision Pros are, they're the Apple's version of a virtual reality headset that does a lot of like day-to-day activities, and it'll replicate the image in front of you, so you could kind of see what you're looking at in real life, while also being able to see virtual reality screens. You can watch YouTube videos on it. You can FaceTime on it. But you know what it doesn't do?
What?
Can't watch adult content.
Oh man, so they're not ready for that yet.
Well, I think that there's just there's limitations. You know, I'll tell you one thing: you want to sell those things out real fast. That's a fucking angle you take. But go ahead. How do you feel about the goggles in general?
I mean, I don't really understand the purpose of them, honestly, because that's not quite VR. It's not really doing anything VR. It's just putting shit floating in front of your face.
Yeah.
So I think the idea is cool, but only if I didn't have to wear it on my face.
I think it's like a novelty.
It's just an item. It's kind of like a tablet to me. I think a tablet only serves certain purposes, and those purposes are like, playing games or doing art. I don't think that intaking visual content and stuff like that, I don't think there's much difference between a nice, crisp cell phone and a tablet. Because the idea, if I'm at home, I'll watch it on my computer. Mm-hmm. I'd rather take my phone with me than take a tablet out into the world. So
tablets fail society. That's a stupid thing.
It's an unnecessary misstep. And I think that this headset is as well. The VR makes more sense to me than just having something on your head that's just showing you what your computer shows you, but it just looks like it's in the room.
Yeah, but if they were able to take this technology and put it into a contact lens,
I mean,
that would
even
it
so,
would not
that's
be on
just
your face.
But that's just weird to me. I think that's just going to alter your human interaction. It's just going to confuse people. You're going to be fucking checking emails, and people are going to be thinking you're calling for like the server to like fill up your water glass. Because you know how it works. Have you watched the reviews and stuff?
Well, it'll become normalized at that point, right? And people understand that like this person is not like actually trying to buy a round for everybody. They're trying to fucking reload something in the game or something like that. But I could totally see what you're saying, especially when it comes to interacting with people, day-to-day activities.
The headset makes more sense than contacts to me, in a sense that
I think the headset is a stepping stone towards things like contacts.
But I just think the contacts aren't. I don't know. I guess it would almost be like having an earpiece and looking like you're talking to yourself in a store.
Yeah, I think it would like, these things, they turn on and off, and it would be something that you would use maybe for GPS. I think, listen, the truth is that they're all like novelty items, right? Like you don't really need these things. I don't think that you need the headset. I think that people are going to get them. They're going to use them for a few weeks, and then that's going to be that.
Yeah.
Just like the VR. Just like VR is not where people believe it is. Like, there's a reason why, VR was big for a couple months, and now we're not talking about it anymore. Like, why wasn't Meta more successful? Why wasn't this virtual reality? They dumped a bunch of money into it. Why wasn't it more successful? Because VR isn't where we believe it is, and the truth is like not everybody's going to get into it. Like I said, we talked about this maybe a year or two ago, where I was like, the people who use VR right now will continue to use it, and the people who don't won't. There'll be people who buy it and might try it for a little bit, and then they just put it away. For me, I think what I would do with VR, I would play like video games. I would want to do like racing simulation with VR. I think that'd be fucking cool as hell, because nothing puts you in a cockpit like being in a fucking
or flying a plane in VR
or stuff like that,
like pilot games, something like that, like fighter pilot shit, like Star Fox.
I'm not into the VR.
Yes, that's
strip
how old
clubs.
I am. VR strip clubs.
Yeah, I'm not into that. No. I don't think that'd be something I'm into. But
that's the Amaranth crowd.
Yeah, those are people who are buying the cutie patooties.
Yes, exactly. They're going to bust that jar, and then they're going to let it out when they're in the virtual reality strip club with Amaranth, and they're going to be able to feel like they smelled her fart during her dance.
Is that 5D?
Oh shit, what I do? I changed the scene. Yes, I think that might be 5D, bro. Official.
Jeez.
Officially 5D. Bro.
Gotta get my hands on one of those farts.
Yeah. Is that 5D? Just crack that lid, let it just slow leak.
Yeah. You get somebody to fucking throw egg yolk on you or something. That's 5D right there.
5D for real.
Yeah.
Have somebody just blowing on you.
Yeah.
Like the fan that's always keeping the air circulating in that stank room.
Yeah.
Hysterical, dude.
What else we got? California's fucking flooding.
Yeah, it definitely
It's
is
so
flooding.
crazy when like natural disasters happening in other states. Like not even natural disasters, but like weather that they're not used to. It sends a whole fucking state into like disarray. There's been like 300 mudslides there.
Yeah. Now it's gonna just wait until the government in California starts putting their real fucking intelligent plans together. They're gonna be like, all right, we're gonna do a tax dollar funded homeless swimming program.
Yeah.
We had quite a few of these guys' tents got washed down Skid Row,
we need we gotta get those tents back. We need the California residents to chip together. Where are they putting all these guys? Because they're fucking flooding over there. Dude, they got more rain from Sunday to Monday than they got like all year.
yeah, well, you know, it's what happens.
Where are they putting the homeless? The rooftops?
Now they're probably going to start ordering rich people to vacate their homes. They're going to start to empty out like Hollywood. They're going to go right over to what's it called? Burbank. Go to Burbank, have everybody leave their homes. You know, Brentwood, California, have everybody leave their homes. Just let the homeless move in there.
Yeah.
They're a step away from doing that.
It's fair.
Yeah, of course.
I would say put them in hotels, but those are filled with migrants.
Yeah, true. Especially over here.
Especially in New York.
Lucky New York City's not flooding.
Let's take a moment to recognize one of New York City's finest, multiple New York City's finest who were recently attacked by migrants in New York City.
Yes.
New York City. And we have the video, and we're going to play it. And go ahead. Yeah, it's video one. Do you want to say anything about it before we play it?
I want to say that it's very important to do certain things in your life. And I think one of those things is learn how to throw a decent punch, learn how to throw a decent kick, and just try to keep yourself in decent shape just to give yourself like better odds,
Yeah.
you know, in life.
Yeah.
And all right.
Especially if your job is to serve and protect.
Exactly.
And I'm not condoning the behavior of any of these gentlemen.
Yeah. But let's see. All right. So these cops, I think as far as the story goes, they were trying to arrest this one gentleman, and then all his boys just start attacking them. Now this guy,
Inside control?
there's two guys that can't control this one guy. They pull his jacket off. But what's crazy to me is all these migrants just start attacking these cops. Now, why is it? Can you hear the audio? Because I can't.
No, there's no audio.
Good. Why is it that these officers wouldn't pull their weapons? Do you think they would get in trouble? If one of them backed out and plugged three of those guys, they're jumping them, kicking them in the head. That's attempted murder, no? If you kick a man when he's down, isn't that considered?
No, they're not. Their intention isn't to murder this man. I don't think you could claim it as
If you kick somebody in the head while they're laying on the floor, your intention is to inflict maximal damage.
I don't think that's necessarily.
That's the hardest strike you can hit a human being with.
Yeah,
It's a
but
soccer kick in the head when he's laying on the ground.
I don't think that. I just don't think that works. Like that, I don't think that statement like that works. That kicking somebody on the floor automatically equates to like attempted murder.
I want to say that there's
because
been
not
a
everybody who
precedent.
gets kicked on the floor.
I think there's been a precedent like about that. I think that's like a thing.
Okay, maybe it is. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I'm curious myself, but
We could you could bring it back to us, but I think that what they did was fucking crazy.
yo, it's insane, dude.
Yeah, I think that and if they, I got nothing wrong with them making examples out of these guys.
Yeah, I agree.
Put these guys
100%.
away. I don't care. And the cops, let's get them some more training so things like this don't happen.
Yeah, seriously. I think that what these guys did, the fact that first of all they were here when they weren't supposed to be here, that's number one. And number two, the fact that they felt so comfortable and have such a lack of respect for the law and customs of New York City that you're supposed to respect police officers. And they had no qualms with, they jumped these guys. They jumped these officers.
Yeah.
That's what that was. They just jumped them. They're kicking them in the head. That's crazy. If you can, I've never been in a situation where I felt like I should kick somebody in the head. That's a pretty crazy scenario.
No, it's just primitive, bro.
You know?
And then the world, the state, not just the state, but the world's up in arms because these guys were arrested and then shortly released with no bail.
Yeah.
Didn't have to pay anything. They just were released. And then now you just told me today they were rearrested?
Yeah, they were arrested in Arizona. But did you see when they released them?
Yeah, they were like
Without bail?
Giving the cameras middle fingers and
They
shit.
were cursing, saying nasty stuff. They were flipping off the cameras, saying, just mocking and taunting. Pretty much to me, that was taunting the American people. Like, we're here and we don't give a damn. And I was like, wow, that's crazy. That was crazy to me. And so, of course, they let them out, no bail, and then they disappeared. They ended up finding them in Arizona. Found them in Arizona and arrested them. I was like, to me, I'm like, what are they being arrested for if you let them out with no bail?
Well,
Are they not supposed to leave the state because they're pending charges or whatever for what happened? They're pending trial.
yeah, they're out on bail.
They weren't out on bail. There's no more bail.
Well, there's no
more cash bail. They just let you out.
No. What I'm saying is that I don't believe that they were charged with bail, right? But they're still out pending they're going to be charged with something. They just didn't pay anything. That's the way I interpreted it.
Yeah, it's no cash bail. So,
Exactly.
yeah.
So they didn't have to pay anything to be released, right? Just like when you go to jail, and that's not. I'm not on these guys' side, and I don't think that they did anything right, and I don't think that they deserve. But if the first time people get arrested, they usually get like arraigned and released, like ROR, and
that's
isn't
released
that
on your own recognizances. That's
oh, okay, but isn't that also like a no cash bail?
Yeah, but that used to be for very small things. That was for small stuff.
Yeah, I'm not saying that they deserve that, but I'm just saying that it's not like a completely uncommon practice that somebody gets. But no, I suppose they weren't allowed to leave the state because they still have to go to court for what they did. They're still going to be charged, and now they're probably going to be looking at something even worse. Which good for them. That's what happens. You fuck around. The more you fuck around, the more you find out.
Yeah, that was just wild to me. I couldn't believe the way that they attacked those cops. That's nuts.
Yeah.
Dude, you know what's so crazy? I don't know a single person that's crazy enough to do that. And
Yeah.
I know some crazy dudes.
And you know what? It's crazy is that I thought that the guys from Venezuela knew how to cook and kick. These guys couldn't even throw a decent kick.
Bro, I'm telling you. That's one thing, right?
Yeah.
Everybody needs to just do a little bit, train a little bit.
Nobody-
Go and hit
video.
the bag, something like that.
One guy was just kicking in the air.
Guy just fell down. I'm like, damn. I'm like, thank God these guys were just like not landing as flushly as they wanted to.
That cop was like rolling around. He didn't even get on his knees or anything. He didn't even try to get back up. He was just like holding on for
Had
dear
no
life.
idea. He's just going
that
out on
sucks.
3/4.
Oh, that guy?
He's going out on 3/4 after
never
this.
come back.
Never. He'll never. He's like, nope, I'm done. Might as well have done a desk pop. That's it. That's it. But
You
yeah,
excited
nah.
for Super Bowl?
I don't know about excited. I don't really get excited for the Super Bowl.
Who's performing? Usher?
I don't know. Isn't that so funny? They always revert to the time when we were growing up.
I think it is
Those
Usher.
are the acts they always want to use. It's the greatest time in contemporary music, man. The greatest time.
We're
of
lucky
like
they didn't
this-
fucking put Taylor Swift up there.
Yeah, nah, they can't put Taylor Swift up there, man.
Oh, they can.
They can't afford Taylor Swift. Are you kidding me? Taylor Swift would be like $45 million.
She give him a deal for her boo.
Nah, I don't know if she would, but she would also steal the show from him.
Yeah.
If she's a decent woman, she wouldn't want to perform at the game because let's say he loses.
If she comes home with a fucking dub and he comes home with the
Yeah, they're like, man, thank God Taylor Swift was there. One half of this team did their job.
Nobody fucking loses when they walk out of that stadium. They're all millionaires.
Yeah, it's true.
But no, I get what you're saying. You're right. I want to say it's Usher performing. I could be wrong though.
Yeah, it might. I don't know. Why do we not know this?
We could just look it up.
Look it up, man.
Who is performing?
Who you got? Who am I going to put some money on?
Usher. I was right. It was Usher. Good. I hope he does his old shit. I don't really.
Usher's solid, man.
Usher's great.
That's a solid halftime show.
Usher's great. Let me ask you a question.
What's up?
Speaking of Usher and that generation of music.
8703 in Confessions. 8701, excuse me. 8701 in Confessions.
Somebody was asking me the other day, because I told you I've been on this R&B kick. They said, and we were talking about like all these different artists. And obviously when you're talking about great R&B artists, you know, who comes up? Mr. Kells himself, R. Kelly. And they were like, yo, who would you put against R. Kelly in like a versus battle? And I was like, damn.
Usher.
I was like, and now we're just saying Usher.
Yeah, Usher might be. Usher's up there probably.
Yeah. This person also mentioned doing a jail fucking versus battle where you do him against other artists that are incarcerated. Like him versus Tory Lanez. You know what I'm saying? And versus like other incarcerated.
I want to see Tory Lanez versus Max B.
There you go. Max Bigavell. We're doing Tory Lanez versus Max B. No, but you know, it just illustrates how big of an artist R. Kelly was.
Yeah,
and Usher's big too. Usher doesn't have any recent hits, which is why it's interesting to me that he's doing the Super Bowl.
Well, he hasn't had a hit in about as long as R. Kelly's been locked up. At least.
Yeah. I don't know how I feel about this. Like, why not do like a newer artist? Like, why Usher? Is it because like he's more universally known?
No, I think that he's tried and true.
Tried and true what?
That is a samurai sword. He's gonna body it. They're about a sure thing. This is a live broadcast. They can't roll the dice and have Playboy Cardi come out there and do some crazy shit.
I don't think you should do Playboy Cardi.
Who?
I don't know. I mean,
and he's very universal. He's very palatable.
I think that's probably what the biggest thing is. But it's like, I just don't. He's not like he's not making music right now.
But that's not what they're looking for. They're looking for, you know, just people that have experience, and they have to look for a sure thing.
But all these guys,
they look for a sure thing.
Don't you think that most of these musicians who are actively touring are like, you know, they got their show down pack, like they're gonna, no matter who they bring in for the most part, as long as they're like you know, a big enough celebrity that's somebody who's big enough to put on a Super Bowl stage is gonna, you know, be professional enough to put on a performance. Like, you know, that's their job too. Like these guys are probably performing more. I don't know if Usher's still touring.
No, Usher's got a residency in Vegas. That dude does like 4 shows a week or something like that. That dude is so.
But historically, it's been this way, right? Like last year, who was it? 50 Cent. Like
it's always been that way. It's people that have been around for a long time and are still relevant for the most part.
But Usher's not.
But he is though. Usher's still around. He just actually dropped another song. Like people still know Usher. You say the name Usher, we still know who he is. People still know who he is. You say Usher in front of a kid, he knows Usher.
Yeah, no, I don't know if the kids know who he is.
High school kids and up. The people watching the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I don't know. I wonder if high school kids know who Usher is.
Yeah, I would say they probably know who Usher is.
He hasn't.
Their parents were listening to Usher.
Yeah, but they don't listen to their parents' music, and he hasn't made a song since they were like listening to music.
So who else then, if not Usher? If not somebody like Usher, it's going to be somebody similar.
I guess it's difficult.
You're going to be like Beyonce? Damn.
It's going to be difficult for me to envision anybody else up there because the trend has always been like people like Usher, like people who are like, at least in recent time, like, you know, like think about it. When they had Janet Jackson up there, Janet Jackson, they wasn't making new songs.
No.
You know, when they have like, you know, 50 Cent was on there last year, 50 Cent ain't making new music. Like they consistently do have artists like this. It's just interesting to me. And why a single artist? Why not produce like a really good show that has like a bunch of different artists?
Because I'm sure that they all command a price. Like Rihanna did it a couple years ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
They all command a very high price, I'm sure. And there's just the more moving pieces, the more things go wrong.
But they could pull it off.
You know the Red Hot Chili Peppers, right?
Mm-hmm.
They performed there years back. I forget when it was. And dude, do you know that none of their shit was being played live? They weren't allowed to play live. Everything was a pre-recording because they can't run the risk of electronic failure. Like the network and the production team that's putting together the Super Bowl. They're not willing to run the risk of having a guitar amp blow or something like that during the performance. So this is one of the longest running bands in the history of music. And I think they got together in like the 80s. Yeah. And they're still selling out arenas. And like this band wasn't allowed to play live. Is that crazy? Like that's the kind of shit that they do. They got one person, one mic to worry about, they're probably not going to have a live band. They're going to have a recording, a lot of dancers, shit like that.
Yeah. And listen, I'm sure Usher is going to burn that fucking place to the ground. Usher's probably going to put on a hell of a performance. Yeah. I'm very confident in Usher's ability. He has tons and tons of hit songs. But it's just interesting to me.
So there's my question. Who else? Who would you think? Who?
Just somebody.
Drake?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, but they probably can't afford Drake.
He makes more sense than Usher.
Can't afford Drake. Drake would be like, how much money are you making on this? His lawyers would be like, give us your financials. How much do you make on a Super Bowl broadcast? And he'd be like, oh, we make $4 billion. Oh, and you're trying to give us $10 million? We want $300 million. That's really, I think, how it would go, because that's how business works.
Well, I think that celebrities also look at these as like an opportunity, right? It is a big deal to perform at the Super Bowl.
He don't need that.
I'm not saying he needs it, but I'm sure. Hey, listen, I'm sure Drake would not mind a Super Bowl fucking notch on his belt. But I don't even think I don't know if it's about the money, but
he wasn't even at the Grammys, bro. He had like a performance, I think, that night.
Because how much is he really making off of a single concert? You know what I'm saying? That they couldn't afford to pay him.
But it wouldn't be that. It's not about what he gets paid for a concert. That's not televised. That's in a town somewhere else. It's going to go based off of the amount of money they're going to make off of him being there. Yeah. It's going to increase their viewership. It's going to increase everything. It's going to increase gambling on it. It's just going to increase everything about the show and how much revenue they make from televising it. So as a businessman, you don't become as rich as he is and as successful as he is without having lawyers and accountants and managers that are going to be like, hey, bro, how much are you guys making? We go based off of the percentage you bring in. We don't go by an hourly rate. Yeah, Drake ain't hourly, hired.
Even based off of that logic, that would mean that they would make more money, that they would be able to pay him more money. Like, regardless, maybe it is money. But yeah, Drake's an artist that I could see being somebody who would make more sense than Usher. A guy who hasn't had a song in quite a long time, whose audience doesn't spread as wide as Drake's does.
But your dad don't care about Drake. My dad don't care
about Usher either.
Yeah, but he'll probably at least know a song. Think about it. You're forgetting the demographic of who's watching the Super Bowl.
Everybody likes Drake. Everybody knows who Drake is. Drake's probably bigger than Usher, I dare to say.
Yeah, but he's not gonna do choreography and shit. They need like a dance. They need somebody who's gonna take his hat, throw his hat. That's just like show business.
Hey, listen, you said Drake, and I just agreed with you.
Yeah, Drake, I agree with. Drake is the only one.
And I couldn't. And listen, if you ask me, put me on the spot right now. You just asked me. I don't know. I can't think of somebody right now that me personally, I'd rather see like an assortment of people.
Yeah, me too.
And I think that it's not impossible.
I wouldn't mind a Ludacris up there.
Yeah, dude, give me Ludacris and then put a song with somebody else featuring, and then bring that person out, and then just bring another person that featuring. Yeah. Let them do their own song. Like, let's get 5 or 6 people out there. They have a year to do this.
They did.
There's no reason why they can't. Like,
they have more than a year. They would line this up 5 years out. Exactly.
When 50 came out, he brought out a lot of people, which was cool. And I like that. I like when people bring out people and they do like songs that they had with other people. I hope Usher does that. But there's no reason why the NFL or whoever produces this performance can't have somebody a little more modern or multiple people. And it sounds like I'm hating on Usher. I'm not.
No, you're not, because I understand what you're saying. It makes sense.
It's just interesting.
Yeah, I had that same feeling when they had J-Lo perform. I love me some J-Lo, but J-Lo? It was like J-Lo and Shakira a couple years ago. And I was like, J-Lo and Shakira? I was like, them hips still don't lie, but it'd been a minute.
Yeah. It's like, do we want to look at these ladies? Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
But like, how'd you guys get up here? I'm not saying that we got to take them down.
Yeah.
But how the fuck did you, J-Lo? You're here with Shakira, her +1, right? Because at least
J-Lo,
Shakira had a song.
You dating Bob Kraft? What's going on?
Shakira at least had a scandal and a song. But yeah, I don't know. We're over the hour.
Drake has a free pass, Spaz says. Yeah, first off, Ray says that's the craziest part of the whole thing, released without bail, going back to those Those migrants beating up the cops. Spaz says Drake has a free pass. Free pass for what? You do the Super Bowl when your career is starting to fade and enjoy the big boost. That makes sense. Maybe that's it.
Okay.
When shit's eclipsing.
Hey, listen.
Jump back in the pool.
I sincerely do not believe that the young, like a young America, knows Usher.
Yeah, I mean, but remember, it's who's watching the Super Bowl. It's not, the majority of the people watching the Super Bowl is what? Probably some high school kids, but let's start at 18 to 60.
Yeah, I think that's probably, the Super Bowl specifically is probably going to be the broadest demographic of people, simply because there's people who watch it, they don't watch any football at all. But the Super Bowl, it brings people to parties. It makes people just watch it for the commercials. There's so much more than just football. It's also an event. It's the chicken wings. It's the fucking
that's right.
Being around. It's so much bigger than just a game.
Yeah, it's got to be. Maybe it was a budget buy. Who knows?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't disagree with anything you said.
Yeah, but Spaz also says Drake can also do the Super Bowl whenever he wants. It's better for him to wait 15 years.
That's a fact.
Yeah, that's a good point. Once his career is starting to, dribble off and he's not 500 weeks, 500, he's been in the top 100 for 500 weeks straight, first artist
crazy.
ever.
Yeah, he could do a show in 15 years and do a split and his pants break and it's his piece with a ring on it. A sun, like the one that what's her name had on her nipple. He does the same thing on the base of his piece.
Bro, this guy is so hilarious. Yeah, that was probably the hardest I laughed on the pod ever. The hardest I laughed. It had to be. It had to be. I almost pissed myself once.
I seen you. You
see my positioning?
Yeah. Oh, was that you controlling
I was tensing
your bladder?
up. I was like, this is hilarious. This guy, I was like, this guy is hilarious.
I had other shit to talk about, but we're at the hour already.
Yeah, we're at the hour.
Yeah, I'll save this stuff I could talk about next week. Joe Rogan's Spotify deal, $250 million allegedly. Super cool.
Yeah, it's wild. All right, man, we're done, right? Take us out of here.
That's it.
Mastodon Podcast, episode 187. That's what we got. We appreciate everybody in the chat, everybody that watched the live stream, whether it was here on YouTube, on Kick, or on Twitch. What do you got? What do you got?
David Hughes says it comes out like a grandfather clock. Bong. He's talking about
bong.
Bong.
Yeah, so that's it. The video version, we appreciate you guys checking out all the live streams and all the archived episodes, as well as all of the audio podcast platform episodes on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Play Store, Stitcher, Podbean, Spotify, iHeartRadio, anywhere you consume or acquire or find or look up your favorite audio podcast episodes. And if you don't find us, go ahead, Beto.
Harass us in the Discord until we place our podcast on your obscure podcast listening platform. And that's it. Shout out to everybody who joined us today. We appreciate you guys.
We appreciate you guys so much. And
I gotta go play the music. Hold on, guys.
Yeah, go ahead. Go play the music.
The show's still going on.
All right, what should I do? Should I just start?
Do something with your hands.
Do something with my hands?
Yeah.
Hang on. Shit. Do something with my hands.
And...
No.
Oye, te hablo desde la prisión. Wilson Manyoma. Borbona.
Bro, that was the hardest I laughed in my life. In a very long time, bro. I'm not even fucking around.